Hi guys, and welcome back to another review in the wrestling in the review. Well, Daniel, and tonight I want to go over my thoughts for NXT No Mercy that took place on Saturday night. So to start us off, guys, we had the match between in Josh Briggs and Giovanni Evans. Now a very fast high octane start here. Basically, J- Vaughn tries to hit Josh Briggs with high flying offense, but Josh was able to counter Java on and his bronze the two would brawl and the two would brawl on the outside like I say Javon would whip Briggs into the um six Briggs would and then return favorably around Odzania. Here falls Josh Briggs chokeslam Javon one of the times that he had Javon on kind of contorted in the air. Um, eventually, eventually, Javon would persevere after being dominated from much of it. Hits the cutter from the hits the cutter from on the top rope and gets the free count on Riggs. This was Evans's second match in the space of a couple of in the space of a couple of days. He had that fantastic match up against them Sami Zayn on down for the US belt during another open challenge match, and this was another good match. Josh Briggs had some good offense here, went in a decent length for an opener, 16 minutes 20 seconds, and it just all propelled Javon back into the main event scene in NXT. I don't imagine this feud will continue for very much longer. And yeah, it gives them the win because they're really trying to go hard and push Von Soul into the next match. Accompanied by Isaiah defeated Jada Parker by a pinfall at 4 minutes 48 seconds. This match again is for the WWE Speed Championship. I'll have to go into detail as to why any Reid was involved in this match after winning the tournament. She apparently allegedly in kayfabe will get back to I said I'll just away in a few moments. So just away. He had a foot injury, so it um, so it prevented her from taking a half after and in the number one on contendership to tournament. Obviously, Jada Parker being like the sort of hometown favourite, as obviously this pay-per-view is um the as pay-per-view is hosted in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, so she's obviously from Florida, and her own right, so logically this was a so logically this was a good replacement, and there was a couple of times where you thought Jada's gonna dethrone Soul is a phenomenal athlete and her owner, right? So um, so yeah, that's so this match was a better than a lot of the NXT NXT State Championship matches because it matches in the tournament genuinely are only 3 minutes, and it's so long. You had the 5 minute time so you could have a bit more more of a match going on. Jada Parker, as I say, to the close quality. It's actually so look at the start of the match. Did a somersault onto Ada Parker. Did Ada's heist sort of on just him or a bit because Soul was kind of a free spirit. You've got Zaria on the outside as well as a cheerleader. I'd have to actually say as well. Also, Luca had a pretty cool, had a pretty cool, oh, as she come out, during her entrance, but if the shades and the kind of power grind, yeah, I thought it was very, I thought the gear looked well, that she had done, Jada with it, and shortly, yeah, they'll get out of the engine hit the hypnotic honor the car only it's a two count and then towards the end of the match you see what show Jim attack Jada Parker or uh, um try and attack Jada Parker should say she's good out the room. Eh, and Zaria hits show agent. I think she was aiming for Jada Parker, but Jada scoots back in the ring it's distracted or the cat hits the souls chart and retains the speed championship. Now this actually it keeps all the cat as a double champion because she holds the women's North American Championship and obviously um a- and obviously if she hasn't been defending that much as of late because NXT now who has the speed championship and NXT is more focused on that. Who knows? Aye, but yeah, that's another story. Jordan Grace defeated Bill Aikman in the Rona weaponized steel cage match at 6 and it's in 12 seconds. This match was very well done. The pink candle was sticks came into what a Bill Aikman in the roster softened the match by hitting Jordan Wilson on the pink candle sticks. There's pink steel chairs and there's trash cans with a Bill Aikman was face on them and they use the cage but it will they bounce each other off the cage. They use like the diamonds on each other as well like in a row or they each for a bag and you think it's going to be thumbtacks but it's um diamonds and she spread them about out obviously a table was up for uh, um on the end of the match. They didn't really use they didn't really use the baseball bat that was left hanging on the cage fence. I thought that would come into play. Obviously in a row handcuffs raised to the second rope if a hairdresser cuts the hair of cuts the hair of the Orton Grace with if this is as an attempt to humiliate or a couple of trash and shots in the finish. In the funny should the match sees me in the row through the powder in Jordan's face, but she recovers and the end hits her big move. I can't remember what it's called through the table and gets a victory. So the shot of Jordan's hair in the diamonds in the back round the debris the table I thought was very well done. So oh yeah, but it had been slammed all through and Jordan gets a victory. I'm not sure if there'll be a third match because both wrestlers have actually got one victory apiece. I probably prefer not to be um just to just to kill was out the feud of his web or it and the role and the first match and Jordan Gray is already a turn to the favor and as again very enjoyable match and you got to see some of the hardcore RP gimmick the public Monroe has a very more of a vicious side to another or she even used the to Jordan holidays who would use this and use chairs on each other that that's with or and yeah right person actually on because as soon because as soon as you see Mineral all pull out the scissors think right Jordan's got to get a bit of a retribution here and she did at the end of the match and I enjoyed it awful and then street kill also represent represented or or a street fight type role even though it was in a steel age it was very good Ethan Page defeated Avion Heights by via pinfall there has kinda snagged it a bit from me, but I'll come back to that in a minute. As Eva and as we get a couple of announcements, Eva announces the invasion show with the ENA on October the 7th. It will kill with the six-man Agam at you and you also have the Undertaker tag team match for the who sets a tag titles the Hardstay and the Hard these will take part in the he was on and announced that he wants to be the captain of the captain of TNA's of NXT's team you have Heights and Anna and announced and he's bringing the cavalry you have us actually say that he'll be representing TNA as his nickname the franchise. Eva also mentioned that the two teams will be announced for on invasion on or on nights at the edition of NXT. You have Ranky Kazarian who just on the international champion Chip announcing X, he'll be um, coming over and you'll see the return of Mr. Alpha so yeah, very exciting times. Um, obviously, obviously, you'll get the six women tag matches elf or invasion. You have a more actual agent come back out another and down Jada Parker. She says ENA stands for auto non-stop action. Well, the Uzi Bill is putting her name for what to be NXT's captain. So so you any interesting, but onto match number 4. Ethan Page defeated Avion Heights by way of pinfall at 10 minutes and 20 seconds. Again, Ethan Page after Avion kind of takes it to run of the majority of the offer and is able to catch him after a speed and heights as heights comes off the top or rope at the end of the match. Heights had even Page a couple of times in the bank. Or there was a couple of moments you thought, oh, could he make him tap? But no, trouble as to get and off the top rope and all, like Ethan Page but compared to some of the matches on a card, this this was kind of a more tame sort of affair, it was a was a decent match, but yeah, I preferred some of the others on this card. JCJ, JC Jane defeated Wall of Ice to attain the next each championship 18 minutes 35 seconds, but before we can get into the but before we can get into the match, you see any they'd been interviewed by by El Kincaid. Gail, yeah, asks her, how do you feel about having to rely and kill it's your sport and what's next and what's next or you relate to it then and respond over after that is the biggest match of my career here so far and probably one of the most important matches. She said she's heartbroken walking each other and unfair is it's it's unfair sexual all have a face with the incoming shot and say that is heartbreaking for you and um um I'm so sorry that you've had I'm so sorry that you've had to do and kill issues but and then he did like what's that got to do if you oh, are no on and get ready for your match. Jane's gonna beat you for a ass tonight and oh, I said, who do you think you're talking? Well, not you, well, 'cause my first don't know. I know this with I know this way that was a heat exchange, but all advice but all of advice is for us out. You see your family and um around as obviously football or the deal in Miami or Kuwait was to get there. Miami is of ice actually as you've got JC Jane being accompanied by a Fallon Henry and yeah and and any sort of time that will our she's gonna move in the championship for Alan Henry he gets involved off the o- off the back. So there was a moment when you thought she's got a chance, but Henry he just um was off the cover and then it's to the referee having having enough of a foul and she's sent to the back and now she has to defend the type one a couple of years for holes up he's up until asked a wrestle or in a hoodie sort of ekes out um so, sort of ekes out ice or Ozana into Jane and Jane gets a victory off the roll and on what I've uh, actually said or Ozan in the ring but it's actually her Ozan a mistake I but JC Jane hits it over and on Warren gets a victory. It's very obvious it's all in the each but if or try and to idea on JC Jane in previous episodes of NXT and like those who have been kinda um th- that was to have been kinda interlinked, interlinked as the course of 2025, and yeah, and yeah, that'll probably be revealed um all night during NXT and or Saints and in event defeat over Femi and um he's all have titled offense second um his second um, is an all-time stand and of NXT titled defenses only second to Buddy Baker who had fifth individual also the reinforced on commentary. Um, again, again, um, Everell, takes the offense. The Saints, so, challenging the then the two are over but after the Saints hits his hits his kind of um in Anton DDT, but this is on the unstable, so he has a chop Femi, but I can only get to count and the end the on it another but I can fourth um he hits a fall from Hurry his power but Saints X out after a 2-3 or or and um and that um s- s- Ain't hits on a couple of he he's all he are on and gets a victory at 17 minutes in a seconds and I forgot to actually mention that I've or Ethan Page the defeats Heights is challenged by the Triple AO American champion to a takeover versus title match at some point down the road because Dr. Agner says he wants the NXT North American Championship. Ethan Page says he's interested in the American title. So a very sort of news of a ELE and it'll be very interesting to see the fall out from this now. Obviously, you'd have thought that Oba Emil would have got the victory here because Eva actually he said that nothing is resolved in the NXT ENA championship and they'll take on match. So you assumed that Oba family would take the victory, but that would is but that's going to be resolved at an invasion, maybe a triple threat if Saints over and Chiric's the way to go because obviously um as Oba is kind of obligated to get his dream match, so maybe he activates that on invasion, so it becomes a triple threat. And yeah, so yeah, so the very much a talking point so a lot better than a lot better than the way it is done each episode of NXT. So I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10. Some good character development, and you get some announcement or the invasion show. I'd actually like to see some of the ENA talent and actually in attendance no mercy to cause a bit more disruption. But yeah, that's just my take on it. You want this to be as hot as possible. I'll never Joseph didn't know all age that killer Annie Jordan now holds a TNA Knockouts championship after Ash Bayel against Romero and Coalition championship but relinquishing the championship and Coalition the championship due to injury. I think Ash Bayel against awarded with some retirement. She's unsure if she'll be able to wrestle again. The reports have been a murder reports have been unconfirmed as of right now. Hell, until Annie um until Annie picks up the and then the triple three. I'm gonna show you see who should be. It should be Zio and I can't remember or who else should be, but hold on. DNA victory one. So essentially, um, so essentially a very sort of somber each for DNA so in who did Kiwani eat so yeah kill only be eat um e he who is of the so in the form of Zio he and headed by L against who's part of the L against Barbara and by virtue of by virtue of our own each are having to the ring is such a championship. That original title actually is supposed to be um is supposed to be Ash versus mm, mm, Asha the husband to be eat her soul of Edge, but she's been um uh um um but she's been um but she's been in suspended obviously and and obviously oh, Annie Jordan takes the NXT takes the TNA Knockouts Championship back to NXT. So you have both of the prestigious um championships back in NXT both the most prestigious TNA championships I should but yeah aye that is essentially for my NXT Hershey's Oxford you so I shared a video your thoughts and I'll see you over very soon.